Risky's parents brought Risky to us 4 years ago. He has what's called encephalocele, which is a herniation of the brain. It comes out under the nose, so the skull hasn't closed up properly. So there's a little sac around the brain that bulges out under the nose and under the chin here and stuff, and deforms his face. And it's also long-term can be life-threatening, because if he gets an infection, the infection will very quickly travel to the brain and he will die.
Dokter Klaus ke sana, ke kampung saya. Saudara saya ada 6 orang.
There's no doubt that now Risky's back. He's been operated. He doesn't have this risk. He will be perceived as normal kid with all the other community around him, and a huge stone has fallen from their hearts. It's not something that they have to worry about. He is safe. He can take part in everything like all the other children, and grow up and get married and have children himself. It's a massive step forward and change from the view of the parents. It's essentially like the whole path of normal life is now laid out in front of Risky, and that actually wasn't the case before the operation, and that just makes the whole difference.
When you look at the track record of the Sumba Foundation, it's about being highly efficient and delivering hardcore results for the people that are in need. Claude told me that he had an idea for a nonprofit entity, but he didn't know how to organize it or how to fund it, but that it was something that he always wanted to try and do. And that was really the beginning of the collaboration between the two of us.
From that day on, everything changed. You know, all of a sudden the foundation became a real thing.
Junna kono kanye kono jondu kasila sila dala jalala kono kanye kono jondu kasila kurusa fe jalala kono kanye koye kono kono nale mum fam mama na juyala solondana mum mandi juye koye kono kono nale mum fam mama na juyala.
Tadi pagi.
Baru deh.
Baru
sampai.
Iya.
Sindus.
Ada nih? Ya.
Ini kan. Coba.
Kan aman.
Oh, iya mana?
Dari tadi lu mau ngomong ya apa? Kalau macam dia lu mau gini ya. Hanya dia lu mau mana-mana. Ambil langsung ini. Apa?
Ah, bisa. Bisa. Oke. Oke. Tutup.
Mari dong, yuk.
Iya.
Over the last many years, we have developed a very comprehensive malaria control program. We have free treatment, we have free diagnosis, top level, the best you can get in the world. And we provide the best quality mosquito nets also we can get in the world to this whole community. But it may sound like a lot, 20,000 people, but in the scope of the island of Sumba, it's just about 5% of the population.
Yeah, almost every kids that we saw, they look sick and they not have lots of energy. They just sitting and cannot like running around because they don't have energy because they don't have proper meals. So we try at the lunch school. We try to give them good meals, good lunch for them, so they can get energy and concentrate at the school.
People say to me, are you going to run out of people to help? Sumba is not a small island.
I heard about a case in a nearby village here, and I was quite surprised at what I saw. From what I had heard, it was obviously old news, that this guy had a few lumps on his head. It was pretty clear that it was way beyond that.
I've met him yesterday, and then his condition is getting worse, much worse. It's kinda hard for him. It's kinda hard for us.
I asked David to at least try to do what we can so that he feels and the family and the village feels that we have some level of compassion.
I've talked to him, his wife, and his family. I will do anything for him to let him know that we are trying to help him.
It happens all the time. Every day there's cases like this. Just last week there was a woman we were going to go see, and before we could even get there we found out she had died. And it's sad, but you focus on what's going on the rest of the successes and take little steps and keep moving forward.
There's a lot more area that we have to help. With donations from people like you, we'll be able to continue our work to impact more of those 500,000 people that currently don't get aid.
ka dumedisa ka re nako ke ena e fihlile tswang ke re kgutlelang hae naha ya lla ya lebitsa yela naha ya lebitsa marubing ho ya boelwa hloka ke thonokile lephutsi la mohlaka le ileng la tlhoka motlhonoki le ileng la jara ke mokala